One or two people are present. Thank you very much, Honorable Duruja. Professional experience, knowledgeable interim leader, Honorable Babakari. For giving me this privilege. Not a right to address the supporters of the Aprc and equally the supporters of the NPP. I would like to thank the whole national executive of the Aprc. Because what I like about the Aprc is construction. So this alliance indicates that this country is back to the construction of the country. That's why the Aprc, I don't think is a party, is a revolutionary movement for the development of this beloved nation. And God willing, because there is only one God, Surah Al-Ikhlas. His Excellency President Adam Hairopa is going to win this election because the Aprc as a light party and the NPP as the People's Party, that combination is a Titanic for development. I will end because the Aprc is going to the NPP with the incumbent president, His Excellency President Adam Hairopa. We are going to present with him not our old project, but our new project. I will give you some of it, because as a nation for 53 years, the Gambia deserves a second airport. Because if anything happens, God forbid, to these elections, then we have difficulties. Therefore, it is necessary to have a second airport. And secondly, we also intend to build 2 additional general hospitals, one in the West Coast and one as far as Kose. And for the first time in the history of this nation, we all know that we have plenty of mangoes, but they fell down because we don't have storage for mangoes, and it is the cows that enjoy them. But we, the Aprc, have decided that we are going to construct a mango processing plant so that we can produce mango juice. We are going to construct a groundnut processing plant so that we can produce our own groundnuts. Kuruna kumosian dia batin Aprc kon ani batin NPP kon ani batin Gambian kon al makarte pai ni ala putan kana tota ni ala putan napa al ye karte pai His Excellency President Adam Hairopa. Gambia tata nyato na babak nye pu Gambia kebal. Ni Gambia tata nyato panang na babak nye pu Gambia kondi ken. Ni Gambia tata nyato panang na babak nye pu Gambia musul. Wala tini na Solomon ko Gambia musul yena masaf na kaya.
Thank you very much.
Assalamu alaikum.
I have forgotten one announcement. Please. One more announcement. APRC, effective today, APRC, NPP would work together at all levels towards achieving our goals for 2021 December. So when you go back, APRC, NPP, they are the same mother and father working for the betterment of this country. Please, put our things down. Let nobody ask us about those questions.
Thank you very much. I don't think we have to reveal all the projects we have before others will use it for campaigns. Let's shut them. I'll continue to recognize the presence and to thank the APRC Council of Elders through the leadership of Aprc, who has spent all her resources in difficult moments up to today to support this beautiful and mighty party APRC. I would want to make one announcement and two other words beginning before we open the session for question and answers. The APRC Vanguards, they will hold a meeting at Yulum on the 11th of this month to thank the National Executive Committee. I want to bring this to your notice that the APRC NPP negotiating teams or negotiation lasted for 5 weeks last Wednesday. 5 weeks last Wednesday. Take this information along. The people who believe that this negotiation started since 2018, it was never true. It is only 5 weeks last Wednesday. Put that in your diaries. And to tell you that the tour we did for the consultative meetings, it were open meetings for information dissemination. That is, live broadcasts were done through the help of APRC Online TV, PYFC Online TV, KM Online Radio, APRC Diaspora Online Radio, and individual reporters. It was not secret meetings. It was open and everybody heard and saw what were discussed in all the regions. So it was nothing that was cooked up or made up. Before I come to the media houses and journalists for question and answer session, also to announce and inform everybody present here that lunch will be served at former Lord Mayor Yakuba Police home in Talindi. From here, everybody is invited for lunch. All of. Pour yegal mbokk yi ne képp ku fi teew añ am na buñ jógee fii ci kër Yakuba Poli Talindi ñëpp mën nañoo dem añ pour que baaji mon kalamu tandi ni mbota jam konto mo be former Lord Mayor Yakuba Poli Talindi and be bu ñaabi jee. Again, to the press, question and answer session. Let's talk about what has been discussed or ask questions related to issues that are important. And we're going to limit the number of questions because we are already out of time. We have 2 microphones here. Pavel or Paribu, can you help me to facilitate the mics to go to whoever wants to ask a question? But again, can you introduce yourself, name and which media you represent before you put forward your question? And we will appeal 1 question at a time. Please, 1 question at a time. Can we have the other 2 mics connected, please? Media or technician?
Yes. But time is against us, please. But time is against us.
He's asking.
Ah, nañ fi man ni may ko lañu. Joni sol may ko lañu. Joni sol tan bi.
Ah, may ko yake min dilale.
Waxe na ñak.
Afaya wawai.
I think comment is there. Wal nañ nomba ko da ma ko. Wal nañ ma ko. Wal. Okay, atol mbalo aside alba ngulu alba pare kira moyi mola na ta jang pour kale la moy ka kibaro ta ka samba ani rappele ba patili na ni kala personne na jadlo ya moya senela momola ta kachala. Please go out of the hall and discuss there. This hall is supposedly for the press conference. I'm not trying to no understand, please. Mola na ta buka information ta ka samba ka dira mola ngal dani alalla boy salam wa ta banda ale ka tawo Well, can you turn around? Okay. No, his camera. Now, camera, okay.
So, my question, Honorable Dana, is has President Dana given green light to this coalition with the NPP? If so, why is President Dana opposed to this coalition?
I am not hearing.
Well, can you take it again? He's not hearing. Go. The party leader is not hearing. I didn't take much boy. Please.
Go ahead.
My question is, has President Dana given green light for this Aprc NPP coalition? My question is, has President Dana given green light for this Aprc NPP coalition? And if yes, why is the Senate member of Aprc has known that you are selling the party to the current president? And the second one is, what makes you think that President Barrow will honor the agreement if you win election for 2021, considering what happened with previous coalition members, many said he broke promises?
Before you answer, can we respect the protocols? One question at a time, please. It's just an appeal.
Yeah, thank you very much. Is former President Yahya Abdul Aziz James Dunkum Jammeh aware? That question has been posed several times. I don't think there is need even for that question. To be honest to you, we have never operated as a party without seeking the advice of former President Jammeh. But what people want to hear, I hear people say, Yaya Jammeh Diam, Yaya Jammeh Keteng. It's today that people are going to say that. They have never been asking those questions before. So what I'm saying, very categorical, whatever we are doing, former President Yahya Jammeh is aware and has endorsed. Two, what is the other one was?
The other one is the betrayal of Barrow, whether he will honor.
Yeah, I have heard these questions, not only from you, from a lot of people, to say, how sure are we that President Barrow would honor this agreement, taking cue from the former coalition? I have a completely different view. In all my relations with current President Adam Barrow, I have never at any moment doubted his sincerity and commitment. Two, the issue of the breakdown of the coalition. For me, I have said it and I will say it again. We are all aware that come the advent of the coalition, President Adam Barrow made it very clear to all Gambians that I'm a novice in politics. I have no political experience, but I have my godfather who has expertise in all these things. And we all saw it well that his godfather was the be-all and the end-all in all what happens in this country. You have moved, it was going on, he was at the foreign service, from there he became the vice president. At that point, with all the dues given, if I were President Adam Barrow, it would not have taken that long for him to be vice president. And I would want you journalists to recall my interview. I said those days, if I were President Adam Barrow, I would dismiss my vice president before he resigns. And I said, if I were the vice president, I would resign before I am dismissed. Look, let's be honest. None of you speculating or doubting Adam Barrow's sincerity would accept, after giving dues to everybody, at the end where you are sitting, the eyes are on where you are sitting for you to come and sit there. Even if you are my son, we will fall apart. So for us, we have not seen anything that can convince us that President Adam Barrow, we cannot count on him. We will not be baffled by what people say. The 3-year judgment, if you remember, we were contacted, it was apolitical, they said, we refused. Because we knew then the underlying factor behind. So for us, we are also equally aware that political agreements anywhere in the world is based on trust and goodwill. No leader would give responsibility or do anything against somebody he does not trust. So it's all about trust. And we APRC, we are known to be consistent as constant as the Northern Star. We don't waver. We are focused. We believe in the Gambia, in the Green Party, and the legacy of our supreme leader, and then we will move that way. We don't beat about, flip-flopping from one area to the other. That's not APRC. When we say it's A, we go in A. Come rain, come storm. And so far, so good, we have that trust in President Adam Barrow.
Thank you very much. We have our next question.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon. My name is David Jai. I am the editor of the Project Network. My question is, I think my question has been asked by Mwada. So I would want to ask regarding the letter of your condition, for former President Jammeh to return to the Gambia. Can you talk to us about the timeline? Did you agree with NPP vis-a-vis President Barrow as to when exactly you want the former president to return to the Gambia?
You see, sometimes I tend to be baffled by certain questions. As anywhere, political agreement don't go into those specifics. What we are saying is, this agreement comes into force after we achieve what we are going to. If we go into the 2021 elections, all these things are processes. And if we are part of the system, we will know the process, we will be able to monitor the process, we will know whether there is goodwill or bad will, we will be able to monitor those things. All what we are concerned is, we have agreed in principle, based on trust, that come the alliance forming a coalition, these are the things that we will work through to see done. You cannot say that immediately it happens, it's going to be done on, let's say, December 7th. cannot do that. It is going to be worked out. We are core, the foundation. We are solid. And our objective is to get former President Yahya Jammeh to the country peacefully, in dignity. And make no mistake, that gesture would be a good one for any government, because the plurality of the Gambia, for the stability of this country, you cannot ignore the influence, the good work of former President Yahya Jammeh.
Thank you.
My name is Sadijan. I'm a freelance reporter. My question is, Honorable Kabakari, you said APRC will always endeavor to achieve things that are in interest of the APRC party. What is entailed in this agreement that is of the interest of APRC party?
I think I've said it. Key amongst the whole thing, we are all in agreement that the Gambia is so divided and fragile as we speak today. So with the Green Party, the party that is that has gone out of office, coming together with the incumbent party, that is usually unprecedented. And that is going to be the booster for Gambians to reconcile. 1. 2, we as a party have had 20 or more years of political experience and leadership. The cry over that President Barrow is inexperienced or some of his people are inexperienced, together we can make a better Gambia to improve the life of Gambia. 3, there are a lot of things that were left around by our party. How we were able to go through them, what made it possible for us to have those things. We will be able to share all those ideas and shall allow Gambian youths and women will benefit more come this coalition government in 2025. So these are some of the advantages. And as I told you, the youths, it's high time the youths of Africa, not only the Gambia, we begin to rethink and have a different mindset about our leaders. If you look at the history of Africa, I said this, I have been a Pan-African parliamentarian since 2004 up to 2017. I always advocate for this. Look, there is no government in the world that's going to be perfect. All what we can do is to look at the weaknesses and put in mechanisms to prevent recurrences. But to be withholding our leaders, to be torturing them, humiliating them, it does not tell well of Africa. As if only African leaders are the bad ones. We are aware that there are rotten bad ones within the Western world. We are aware. So what we are saying, what we are advocating is, not only for President Yahya Jammeh, we are saying in subsequent events, let's try to deal with our former leaders and allow them to live in a dignified life. If there are errors, there are mistakes, we take the process, bearing in mind that no human being is perfect. But which one thing, I am the president today. When you come back, you look at my mistake, you send me to exile me or kill me. Somebody comes in, you pay the same price. Another person comes in, he pays the same time. When is that going to end? And that's not the interest of the people we intend to serve. The people want bread and butter on their table. They want to have education. They want to have health. They want to have places to work in. These are the basic things that people love want. So we should concentrate on those things. We cannot be crying over spilled milk all our life. That's what we are saying. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I'll be taking the question zigzag, this side and the other side. Yes.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. I have a couple of questions for the respect protocol and this answer. Honorable, you talked about the issue of, I am Omar, of course, from the Standard newspaper. During your deliberations, you talked about the fact that all the executive, of course, of the party agreed all the executive of the party have agreed to this alliance with the NPP, except two. We have not been seeing as a spokesperson of the party. It's been rumored that probably he is among those who are against the alliance. Who are these two? And where is Amon?
Thank you very much.
You see, I was worried when you said you came from the Standard. You see, I have said this over and over. APRC would never face its militants and lie to them. Never. It will not help us. Allah will be annoyed with us and we may be scorned. So we are believers. Honorable Musa Amul Nyasi has been with us throughout. You have seen it. Throughout the tour. Honorable Musa Amul Nyasi made a wonderful speech at Kampani. His Honorable Musa Amul Nyasi is not here. You are saying people are speculating, weak people are speculating, you are speculating and you are speculating. I am confident that people are not speculating. Because all APRC people here know that Musa Amul Nyasi is with us. Musa was with us throughout the tour. Musa made a wonderful speech at his own phone. If by whatever cost, there are some executive members who are not here. Does that mean that Alagi Sampum Jambe is not here? We have granted him permission. Musa, Honorable Amul Nyasi has an issue, we granted him permission. How can people now speculate? Honorable Sunkari Badi is also not here. So what we are saying is, why do people have to be speculating about APRC and not other political parties? Anybody who tries, be you a journalist or anybody, you will always fail. We will never lie. If we don't know, we don't know. If we are not in agreement, we are not in agreement. If 30 people say in the executive they don't want, we will tell you 30 people say they don't want. We are telling you that at that executive meeting, two people, no, the other person, we only assumed, but he was even not at the executive meeting. At the executive meeting that day, about 4/5 of the membership were present. But only one, the other party would not come. We just heard his comments and we assumed that he is also not with us. But at that particular meeting, only one person. But even if it were 10, the current government, the coalition government I mean, was a minority government. Most Gambians never voted for them. But because they had the highest of the lot, they became the government. But if you look at it, APRC with GDC is more than what they have. Unlike us, we had always been in power with more than 50% of the vote for the 20 years. So what we are saying is, we are aware that there are members of the party who have two minds about this coalition. I have said it very clear. They have it. Some very genuine, because they are not properly informed. But I am confident that genuine APRC members would sooner than later join the bandwagon for the good of the party, for the good of the Gambia, and for the good of all of us.
Thank you very much, Honorable. I would definitely at this juncture want to make his presence felt by everybody in this room, who is no other than Field Marshal General Bakso JJ. He's the national coordinator of the Aprc. I would also definitely want to welcome and recognize the presence of a brother and a friend who is very close to the president. I would say his right hand, who is none other than Honorable Lamin Sedi. Welcome, my brother. The question and answer session continues.
Mamadou Dia from the point. Okay, my name is Mamadou Dia, and I'm from the point. Well, guys campaign. Okay, guys campaign ongoing. That is for this government. Alleged allegation of human rights violation. Did your argument protect? Did your MOU protect Gambia from persecution?
No, he did. Bring it. He did. You don't see that. Thank you. You see, I want to believe that we should update ourselves. From day one of the TRRC, we as a party have always said, and we continue to say, that we agree to the TRRC to investigate into the activities of our government, to establish the truth, to ensure reconciliation, reparation, and that the Gambia moves forward. We have ever believed. We doubted. What we doubted was the composition of the TRRC does not reflect anything that we believe will bring about the truth and reconciling Gambia. When we had the people like Alhaji Barrow, a coupist, 2014 coupist, who escaped to the United States of America, he was held and prosecuted there and sentenced, welcomed in the Gambia by honorable ministers, and taken to the TRRC to investigate the government that he had taken arms to overthrow. We would not expect truth in that. The essence of TRRC is to establish the truth, so that governments that come and go will learn from it and put in mechanisms to prevent recurrences of those actions. It's not always to punish and victimize and do all these things. It's not always. So, but you are also aware, that we as a party, we said those who have been affected, honestly, should be fully remunerated. But you are keeping quiet. The alleged victims, from my understanding, only received about 50 million. Let's ask the question, how much money was spent on the TRRC from the beginning to the end? How much money was spent on the TRRC? That's meant to find the truth and pay reparations. It is 100 million times more than the money given to these people. So why are you people not asking that? The other thing I want to say is, even if you have committed the worst crime in the world, not only in the Gambia, by the Constitution, in the name of reconciliation and the good of a country, the president can pardon anybody. It has happened. It has happened. People who have been convicted and sentenced, the president gave them, pardoned them. The WhatsApp group, they have been, a lot of other things happen. You have seen that. Why is President Jammeh your problem? And most of you people have immensely benefited from his government. So what we are saying is, those things, even if you look at the whole thing, the whole agreement, the Constitution of the Gambia is the supreme law of the land. No agreement can supersede it. You understand that? So for us, we believe that in the interest of the conciliation and the good of the Gambia, and for the Gambia to move forward, we have the faith and belief that the NPP government, led by President Adama Barrow, had the same vision for the Gambia. We are also aware that whatever is in that agreement is based on the trust and mutual understanding between the parties. We are aware. If you have doubts about it, that's fine. That's fine. We cannot do anything about it. But we are convinced, and we believe this is the surest way of reconciling Gambia and putting Gambia on a better footing and moving us to forward for the good of everybody. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable. We have the next question.
Yeah, good afternoon to you all. My name is Nelson Mani from Korea newspaper. My question is with regards to the MOU. Most of the times when political parties from coalition, they write an MOU, and this MOU is not still public. You want to know whether your MOU can be public.
Our MOU is only public mostly to our APRC militants and not to everybody. Because we have learned our lessons. If you look at the petition we wrote to the president, we refused to circulate it around. Members told me that why don't we send these copies to various media houses, embassies and all these things. And I said, no. We have circulated a lot of our documents to various institutions, media houses, a lot of other places, human rights groups, AU, UN, name them. We hardly would get even a response. And what we do now, what we understand is, they use some of the black spots in that report and use it against us. We have learned that lesson. We will not give anybody that report. The APRC people believe in us, and we will never lie to them, and we have told them what we have agreed. So for us to circulate that, don't bother yourself. We will not do it. As we did with our petition. We never circulated it. We will not circulate. We learned our lessons. I have said this. You see, people should go back and reflect again. APRC, we are Gambians. We are a registered political party. As journalists, whether you hate us or you don't hate us, I think you should treat us all equal. As a human rights activist, if we are bullied, you should say the same. Even if you assume that we bullied people. But that's not what is happening. And we cannot allow ourselves to be falling into traps that we will pay negative price for. We are open and transparent to our people and those genuine ones who want to be with us. But otherwise, some of these documents, we will never circulate.
Thank you, Honorable. I think I want to take 2 more questions, if that will do.
Hello. Well, I don't have much to ask basically, but then I think the message is very clear. I am director, of course, from the Borough Media Empowerment, and my question is, what is the way forward right now? Because I think the excitement from the both parties. Now, what is the way forward from here for, of course, APRC and NPP? What is the way forward basically?
I think that's a very important question. You see, from today, I have announced here to all APRC members, effective today, APRC and NPP, one people, one blood, one family towards 2020. And you are aware that APRC, we have experts in all domains in politics. Yes. We are going to work with our NPP brothers and sisters, and we will come out with a program of activities that will ensure that come 2021, President Adama Barrow secures over 75% of the votes of this country. We can do it, and I can assure you we will do it. So our program will start. Committees will be working, various things will be working, programs will be prepared, activities will be prepared, and the movement will be done. Together, we will do certain issues. Sometimes we will go this way, they will go the other way. Sometimes we will box up and move to make sure that people understand and the ground is level so that Gambia can move forward. Great assured about that.
Thank you, Honorable.
I am from the newspaper. Honorable Jala, you have been calling for the conditional return of former President Jala several.
Pardon?
Unconditional return of former President. You have been calling for conditional return of former President Jala several. And in your agreement with the National People's Party, you made a series of agreements that you made with them. And it seems the most outstanding agreement with the National People's Party is the unconditional return of former President Jala. And what will be the action of the APRC party if you succeed in winning the election and then you stay 3 years in power without facilitating the unconditional return of former President Jala?
Thank you very much. Unfortunately, we are not God. We will not. We don't speculate to say tomorrow, and this thing does not happen. What will you do? When the time comes, we will know the facts and we will act accordingly. But as I told you, we have no cause whatsoever to have doubts as to what we have agreed on. And we know, of course, that government issues is a process. And we are going to be part of the system. So we will understand whether it's a deliberate action or it is certain obstacles that are legitimately there that we will try to work together to bring it out. So it's not a matter of what would we do and all these things. We don't have that doubt. God willing, we will not reach that stage. But every time anything occurs, you will have a solution. If you speculate, you don't know what will lead to that, and then you come and speculate. That's not good enough. We are not God. When anything happens, whoever had thought that we will be in coalition with NPP? Yeah? So, situations arise, look at it, honestly assess, and then you put in you try to carve out the way forward. Yeah. But as we said, the whole thing is based on trust. And we as a party, and we in the leadership, have complete trust in the NPP that we did. We have no cause to doubt anything.
Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Fatou Samba. My name is Gambian Talent TV. suma question bi dama ko bëgg a laajte si olof benn moo nekk te benn rek la yéen a ngi accuse IEC ne ñoom ñoo sàcc li nga xam ne mooy élection bu passé léegi APRC ñu ngi def coalition ak ñi nga xam ne ñooy NPP ban garantie ngeen am ne waa IEC bi ngeen wax ne ñoom ñoo sàcc seen karta ndax duñ ko defaat si élection bi ma bëgg a xam lan ngeen pare pour dem si élection bi nga xam ne mooy ñëw jërëjëf.
waaw jërëjëf comme ni nga ko waxee rek ñun APRC comme day wan li ñu gëmul ba tey loolu lañ ko mooy IEC created all these problems for the Gambians. And any genuine Gambian dina gëm ne loolu moo xew. Mostly even most journalists who are anti-APRC, they don't write it. Let's reflect. Nainen Kalatan. After Sani Kanta, when you are resourcing, President Yahya Jammeh, despite the pressure from some of us around him, said he would never, ever disregard the wishes of the Gambian people. So far, they have said he has not won. He congratulated President Adama Barrow, and even told him to be mindful of the security. We all heard it. If he wants, he could have even not congratulated him. He could have said, the law provides that anybody can petition the Supreme Court for the examination of the election. But he accepted it, believing that elections cannot be rigged. Now, 3-4 days later, the same IEC came back and said, no, there's a mistake there. First one, the difference between the coalition and APRC was about 50,000 votes plus. IEC ñoo ñëwaat xam nga mbiri yàlla ñoo ñëwaat ñu ne ñu dañ mistake in URR kata bu APRC ak ñeneen am dañ jox yëpp NPP coalition. Therefore, difference between coalition and APRC came down from 50,000 to about 19,000. In your presence, everybody saw it. Then that created doubt in President Jammeh and all of us. And even those who are not accepting it, it created doubt in them. Honestly speaking, if you are honest and sincere and you are a human being, if that happens in an election, is it not possible that that had happened in KMC or somebody else? From 50 to 18, it could come down from 18,000, 19,000 to plus for us 5,000. It could hold up. We said we petitioned, then petitioned the Supreme Court as per the Constitution. Journalists and all these people said they were alleging in their papers name Supreme Court Amut is not established. It is 5 judges. The Chief Justice was here, 3 judges from Nigeria, and 1 from Sierra Leone. Until the letter was produced of their appointments, that they kept quiet. But nobody was willing to hear that petition. All what they were interested in, President Jammeh to go out. Look, let's be honest. Let's be honest. Those judges are from Nigeria. The Nigerian president has more influence over them than the Gambian president. The one from Sierra Leone is, the Sierra Leone president has more influence. Even if they are going to influence them, let them influence them and let them come and make a determination. And peacefully President Jammeh goes out. But nobody wants to say that. Even our legal-minded people, we are all out to say President Jammeh should go. Look, we are not kids. We are Gambians. So what we are saying is, President Jammeh at the end of the day, in the supreme interest of the Gambia, he could have said, there will be war, fighting. The president may be the last person to suffer. Most of us, innocent people, would have gone down by the bullets before it reaches him. We have seen it happen in various countries. But no! He said, it's for, if it is that, for him to go and leave the Gambia peaceful. So what we are saying is, IEC themselves, the chairman himself, went on air, TV, everybody saw it, expressing his pleasure in seeing the downfall of APRC and the President Jammeh out. IEC chairman, independent body, you are to be apolitical. Even if that is in you, keep it. Otherwise, nobody will trust you. Just like Esafal. Even if he wants to be a candidate, let him wait until a better time. So these are the facts. For us, we don't believe the current composition of the IEC, to be honest. APRC, we don't believe it. So, is the president is happy with it? Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. But knowing what we know, we have to be very careful if we want to ensure a peaceful, free and fair elections in this country come December 24th, 2020.
Thank you.
Last one. Last.
jërëjëf man la membre bi Choice FM honorable lu may laajte mooy dégg nañ Doudou wax na ko léegi waxtaan bi dafa mel ni 5 weeks la wax ne ngeen nangutoo ak NPP ñu gis recently dégg nañ APRC jot ngeen yenn seen oto yi tey ban firnde ngeen ñu mun a wan lu ñuy gëmee ne nangutoo am na seen diggante ak NPP lu nit ñu mun a jàpp ne loolu moo waral tey jii ngeen toog benn mooy ne àllarba ngeen jàppoon presse bi tey gis ngeen ne fomm ngeen ko tey ngeen ko indi lan moo tax tey jii ngeen postpone press conference bi Wednesday indi ko tey ak yan firnde lañ mun a am lu ñuy teg suñu bët lu wane ne NPP ak APRC nangutoo nañ lu ñu mun a gis.
From where?
Choice FM.
Yeah, jërëjëf. Ban freedom mooy soo ñu ñaaka óolu doo am freedom. So you all as leaders and people who are representing our people, we are telling you we have signed and we have witnessed. Wax naa fii ne am na lii tam léegi lu ñu biñ def biñ signoon biñ yóbboon suñ pétition bi dañ ko bañ a jox xibaarikat yi ak UN AU ak all this dañ ko bëgguñ ko yóbbu because léegi-léegi suñ ko defee boobu lañ dee jël to use against us so duñ ko def loolu war naa ko fi so ñun NPP su fekkee ne du dëgga duñ toog fii ñëpp nekka fii NPP waa NPP nekka fii ñu ne ñu ñoo dëgga NPP yëpp ne ñu dëgga buñ ko signé ñun APRC we have signed ñaareel bi mooy
Why did they give us the vehicles before the negotiations were on?
Wow. You are talking about 2 vehicles. Both negotiations has been on for a long time. And let me tell you, APRC better is in account. We need to take law in account. Better go move. Sin auto yi bi jël ñu ci ñom ñun nguur laalu dara ci loolu is arrangements between us and NPP as a party with their supporters. NPP tam am na ay nit ñu baax ñoo xam ne mun nañ support NPP mun nañ support ñu bugg a NPP tam ñaareel bi nga ne lu tax ñu forma I don't know why people ask that question man mënuma ko understand ñun ñoo ne we are going to do a press conference on Wednesday. If we have some problems or whatever it may be, we have the right to say, no, we are not holding it and we are doing it that day. Another day. Why do people want to go and know later? Later, you buga ham. Later, you form a Wednesday, you am Saturday. Press conference, Wednesday. Thursday Friday tey Saturday ñu ngi ko am ba pare ñu bugg a dugal find out lenaa xew because am na liñ denc ci seen xol yi ne loolu xëy na loolu moo tax loolu dafa petit for us ñun as a party we know that these are negotiations and we have concluded the negotiation with NPP. ñu ñoo wax ne we are going to do our press conference on this day. ñu ñoo am tega ba ñu ne no, let's postpone it, and then we say we are going to do it on Friday, on Saturday day. So I don't know lu lifin si loolu. Why would people want to know even the internal districts of the party? Am na loo xam ne daal mu ne ko am ñeneen ñi duñ leen ko wax de. Am na loo xam ne daal nañ wax nit ñi even the APRC militant. Every executive has some other things loo xam ne daal duñ ko wax. Nguur sax nguur du lépp la nit ñi di xam. They are certain things, they are confidential. So we cannot say those things. What we have rek mooy is our own internal activity. Te mënuñ koo def on Wednesday tey def nañ loolu la mën a wax ak
the last one.
Does this MOU between APRC and NPP go beyond the presidential
I'm not hearing.
Does the MOU between APRC and NPP go beyond the presidential election?
Yeah, for sure, the MOU itself is actualized after the presidential elections. And you know, MOU have a duration. When for instance, it goes to a period of, at the end of the duration, the two parties, within the MOU itself, you will see that parties will have consultative meetings over issues and all these things. Because it may develop into a bigger thing than it is. It is possible. So it will go beyond and beyond. As and when necessary, it will be renewed and we go on.
Thank you, Honorable. I will just take one question on this side, then we will close the project.
Actually, go to the last one. One more. Just one.
I can only give one. Good evening. My name is Kebal from Korea State.
Mike.
Okay. A couple of minutes ago, Honorable Gaba Jehovah introduced to us some of the plans that the APRC have for the Gambia. One of which is the building or construction of hospital